So what you'll have to see is, ideally you'll have to see there should be a small gap of 1 millimeter from the blade, this jig touching on the front as well on the back rear face of the cylinder. The best way, instead of going with the bed, are a little bit up and down. So you'll have to make sure that, because this rib fence what we have made, you will see it's totally not flat, it's actually having a small curve, and that's for the blade, it's been done in that purpose. So what you'll have to make sure is, before you remove the blade, before sharpening it, you go with these magnetic indicators. Sorry, you fix it other way around. So what we have is, you fix one over here, one at the back, and then go down touching it. Okay. The moment when it starts lifting, stop it and bring it back. So you will see your height reading as well as the reading on the actual scale. So you will have to have two indicators to make sure it is exactly fit linearly on both sides.
So this is to ensure that the blade is sat parallel.
Exactly parallel. So you have to do this just before you're removing your blade for sharpening it back. You will use these.
So you read the measurement.
Oh, right. So both measurements are the same, and then you tighten up.
So now once you've sharpened the blade, you've obviously shrunk the blade down.
Yeah, got you.
So then you've got to put it back to these measurements.
Yeah.
The springs what we have, when you put this blade down, the spring might push it to up. So right now you see a reading of 16 and 17, and I think around 12 mm on both of the indicators has been shown. So that shows your blade has been sitting parallelly on both the edges. Okay. So if I remove this, at any time if this blade is removed unknowingly, I have my fixed scale here. So I can just bring this back, set it, and then start pushing the blade with your hand and then tightening this. These are like a reference, don't move them. So
let's use them to push the blade down.
Yes, you are just using them to make sure they are being set back to zero. So right now that's my factory set value.
Right, okay.
That's your gauge.
With time, let's say this has been knocked off, worn off, you'll have some places good or bad. So just before you sharpen the blade, bring these things, fix them on each of them and see the readings. Or you can note it down on a paper, like for the first blade it is 16.